Did you know? The liver can heal itself, even after severe damage. But the interesting part is, sometimes the key doesn't lie in medicine but in your very breakfast. If I told you that, with just a few small habit changes, you could help your liver get healthier and prevent dangerous complications, would you want to know what those habits are? Many people think the liver only gets damaged from drinking too much alcohol. But the truth is, the liver can silently accumulate fat, even if you've never touched a drop of alcohol. And this is happening to millions of people. 1. Fatty liver disease can be completely reversed. Fatty liver disease, especially non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, is a condition where excess fat builds up in liver cells, making the liver work less effectively. The good news is, if detected early and lifestyle changes are made in time, the liver can completely heal itself in just a few weeks to months. The liver is the only organ in the body with such powerful regenerative ability. As long as we remove harmful factors and provide a healthy nutritional environment for it to repair itself. The most common cause of fatty liver today is not alcohol, as many believe, but excessive sugar intake, especially fructose and sucrose, table sugar. Once consumed, sucrose splits into glucose and fructose. Fructose is metabolized almost entirely in the liver. When fructose levels are too high, the liver gets overloaded and quickly turns the excess into fat. The danger is that fructose does not trigger the hormone leptin, the signal that tells the brain we are full. So when we consume foods or drinks high in fructose, it's easy to overeat without realizing it. Over time, this also leads to leptin resistance, meaning the brain no longer responds properly to feelings of satiety, leaving us constantly hungry and driving overeating, creating a vicious cycle for health. Fructose does occur naturally in fruit, honey, and vegetables, but in small amounts, paired with fiber and vitamin C, which make it far less harmful. The real issue lies in industrial fructose, found in soft drinks, packaged juices, sweets, syrups, and processed foods, consumed in very high amounts without fiber. Modern diets, filled with hidden sugars like these, are the leading driver of fatty liver across all ages, even in non-drinkers. 2. How fructose harms the body. Fructose is a simple sugar metabolized almost entirely by the liver. The key difference between fructose and glucose lies in how they affect hunger and satiety hormones. When we eat glucose, the body stimulates the release of leptin, the hormone that signals the brain that we're full and should stop eating. Fructose, however, does not trigger leptin, meaning the brain never gets the enough signal, so we keep eating without realizing we've exceeded our calorie needs. Even worse, regular and high intake of fructose causes leptin resistance. When this happens, the brain stops responding properly to satiety signals, even from other foods. The result is constant hunger, overeating, and preference for calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods, which further worsens fat accumulation in the liver. Research shows this effect happens quickly. Just 7 days on a high fructose diet significantly increases liver fat and reduces insulin sensitivity in the liver. This means the liver doesn't just accumulate fat, but also falls into metabolic dysfunction, raising the risk of developing or worsening type 2 diabetes. What's more concerning, excess fructose isn't used by the liver for energy, but is rapidly turned into triglycerides and stored as liver fat. Over time, liver cells become damaged, inflamed, and fibrotic, paving the way for serious complications such as chronic hepatitis, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer. 3. Fructose from natural foods. Fructose is a natural sugar, found in foods like honey, fruit, and some vegetables, but usually in small amounts and alongside protective compounds. In fruits and vegetables, fructose comes with fiber, which slows down sugar absorption into the blood, prevents sharp blood sugar spikes, and reduces liver strain. They also contain vitamin C and antioxidants, which help counteract the harmful effects of fructose on liver cells. That's why natural fructose when consumed in moderation, is generally safe and can even be beneficial for health. The problem arises with industrial fructose, consumed in large amounts through processed foods. The most common forms are high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, and refined sugar sucrose, typical ingredients in soda, packaged juices, candy, fast food, and ready-made sauces. In this form, fructose is stripped of fiber and protective nutrients, making it rapidly and massively absorbed by the body. When industrial fructose enters the bloodstream, the liver must immediately process a large sugar load, with the excess quickly turned into fat and stored in liver cells. If this happens frequently, liver fat increases and its metabolic functions deteriorate. What's worrying is that this type of fructose is present in many tasty yet nutrient-poor foods, leading us to consume it unknowingly in excess. This is the #1 driver of fatty liver disease in modern lifestyles. 4. Foods and drinks to avoid. For individuals with fatty liver disease, controlling sugar intake, especially from beverages and processed foods, is crucial for recovery. Among these, sugary drinks are the biggest culprit, causing fructose and sucrose levels to spike dramatically in a short period of time. Common examples include sodas, packaged fruit juices, bottled juices, sports drinks, and energy drinks. These beverages usually contain very high amounts of sugar, and because they are liquid, the sugar is absorbed almost instantly, forcing the liver to handle a sudden flood of sugar. This not only increases fat accumulation in the liver, but also promotes insulin resistance, raising the risk of type 2 diabetes. A common trap is the belief that fruit juice or packaged juice labeled 100% natural or no added sugar is healthy. In reality, the natural sugars in concentrated juice are still very high, and the absence of fiber means absorption is rapid, making its impact on the liver not much different from soda. Similarly, dried fruits such as dates, raisins, and prunes should also be limited. Although the sugar is natural, the drying process removes water and concentrates the sugars. A small handful of dried fruit can equal or even exceed the sugar content of several fresh fruits, easily surpassing the safe threshold for the gut and liver, especially in those with fatty liver disease. The American Heart Association, AHA, recommends limiting daily sugar intake to less than 24 grams for women and 36 grams for men. However, for those with fatty liver, it is best to completely avoid sugary drinks, including fruit juice, to minimize the burden on the liver. Replacing sugary drinks with water, unsweetened herbal tea, mineral water, or low-sugar green vegetable juice gives the liver the chance to recover. Simply cutting out these foods and drinks has been shown in many studies to significantly improve liver enzyme levels and reduce liver fat in just a few weeks. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful steps in reversing fatty liver disease. 5. Increase protein intake, especially at breakfast. Boosting protein intake, particularly at breakfast, is an important strategy for improving fatty liver disease. Protein not only helps build and repair cells, but also reduces sugar cravings and helps regulate appetite throughout the day. A protein-rich breakfast stabilizes blood sugar and insulin levels, keeps you feeling full longer, and reduces snacking or reaching for sugary and refined carb foods that worsen fatty liver. Studies show that people who eat a high-protein breakfast tend to consume fewer calories overall and significantly reduce their intake of processed foods. In contrast, a low-protein breakfast often leads to quicker hunger, prompting compensation with calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods. The recommended protein intake is about 25-35 grams per main meal. With 3 meals a day, this amount supports muscle maintenance, metabolism, and fat reduction. Good protein sources include eggs, including yolks, lean poultry, fish, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, soy products, lentils, and quinoa. Increasing protein intake alongside reducing total calories helps promote weight loss, a key factor in reversing fatty liver disease. Losing just 5% of body weight can significantly reduce liver fat. A 7% reduction can even lead to full resolution of NASH, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, a more severe stage of fatty liver disease. A protein-rich breakfast doesn't need to be complicated. Examples include 2 boiled eggs, plus 1 slice of whole grain bread, plus 1 cup of unsweetened Greek yogurt, or pan-seared salmon with greens, or tofu with light sauce and steamed vegetables. The key is consistency. When combined with a balanced diet and regular exercise, noticeable improvements in liver health can occur within just a few weeks. 6. Pay attention to the type of fat. When it comes to diet and liver health, the type of fat you consume matters just as much as the total amount. Saturated fats commonly found in red meat, processed meats, butter, cream, deep-fried foods, and pastries are silent culprits behind fat buildup in the liver. Studies show that excessive intake of saturated fat leads the liver to store fat more easily, sometimes even faster than fructose at the same calorie intake. This is especially dangerous for those who already have fatty liver or metabolic syndrome. To protect your liver, shift toward healthier fats, mainly unsaturated fats. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and herring are rich in omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and improve liver fat metabolism. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, cashews, chia seeds, etc. not only provide healthy fats, but also fiber and micronutrients that support heart health. Avocados, high in monounsaturated fats and potassium, help lower blood pressure and support liver function. Extra virgin olive oil is also a top-choice anti-inflammatory and proven to reduce liver fat when used instead of saturated fats. If you follow a keto or low-carb diet, pay close attention to fat sources. While these diets allow high-fat intake, at least 70% should ideally come from unsaturated fats to reduce the risk of fatty liver and cardiovascular disease. Avoid over-reliance on fatty meats, full-fat cheeses, or deep-fried foods made with animal fats. In short, fats aren't inherently bad, but choosing the wrong type of fat can cost your liver dearly. Switching to healthy fats not only strengthens liver health, but also improves overall cardiovascular well-being and weight management. 7. Choose the right carbohydrates. When it comes to a liver-friendly and metabolism-supporting diet, carbohydrates are not the enemy if you know how to choose wisely. You don't need to completely cut carbs out of your meals. The body still needs them as a source of energy for the brain, muscles, and other organs. The key is to prioritize carbohydrates with a low glycemic index, meaning they release sugar slowly into the bloodstream, helping stabilize blood sugar, reduce liver strain, and lower the risk of visceral fat accumulation. Good carb choices include legumes, lentils, black beans, chickpeas, milk and low-sugar dairy products, leafy greens, and whole fruits. Their common features are high fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, while providing steady energy without sudden spikes in blood sugar. In contrast, high GI carbs should be minimized, such as white bread, white rice, processed breakfast cereals, French fries, snack foods, and pastries. These refined foods are low in fiber, but high in sugar or fast-digesting starches, causing blood sugar to surge, pushing the liver to produce more fat, and contributing to fatty liver development. A simple rule is to choose whole, minimally processed foods and combine carbs with protein and healthy fats in each meal. This slows down sugar absorption and keeps energy levels stable throughout the day. 8. Lifestyle habits that support liver recovery. When it comes to healing the liver, lifestyle changes are key. They not only slow the progression of fatty liver disease, but, when followed consistently, can even reverse some of the damage. The first and most important step is to completely avoid alcohol. Even just a little can overwork the liver, especially when it's already compromised. Alcohol is toxic to liver cells, increasing inflammation, accelerating fibrosis and raising the risk of cirrhosis or liver cancer. If recovery is the goal, the principle must be not a single drop. Physical activity also plays the role of a natural therapy for liver health. Studies show that exercising at least 150 minutes per week, about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, can reduce liver fat, improve insulin sensitivity, and lower inflammation. Simple activities such as brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or dancing are all beneficial. Beyond cardio, strength training at least twice a week is equally important. Building muscle not only burns more calories, but also improves how the body metabolizes sugar and fat, reducing the burden on the liver. Exercises like weightlifting, squats, push-ups, or resistance band workouts are effective and can be adapted to your fitness level. Additionally, maintaining a healthy weight and getting adequate sleep are essential, since stress and lack of rest negatively affect liver function. A combination of healthy eating, regular exercise, and avoiding alcohol is the trio that gives your liver the best chance to recover and thrive. 9. Supplements to consider. Option. When supporting liver recovery, some supplements may offer benefits alongside a healthy diet and lifestyle, but it's important to remember they are not magic cures and should not replace lifestyle changes. They should be used thoughtfully, ideally under the guidance of a doctor or nutritionist. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that may help reduce inflammation and improve non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, especially in severe cases. Clinical studies often use around 800 IU per day, but such a high dose isn't suitable for everyone and may carry risks, so medical supervision is necessary. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA from fish oil, have been shown to improve liver enzyme levels, reduce inflammation, and limit fat buildup in the liver. They also support heart and brain health, which are often affected when the liver isn't functioning well. Sources include salmon, mackerel, herring, or purified fish oil supplements. Choline is an essential nutrient that helps transport fat out of the liver. Research suggests that adequate choline intake may reduce the risk of fatty liver by up to 81% in certain groups, though more evidence is needed. Rich sources include eggs, lean meats, dairy, seafood, while vegetarians can obtain it from yogurt, sunflower seeds, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. In summary, supplements may provide supportive benefits, but they cannot replace a healthy diet, regular exercise, and avoidance of liver-damaging factors. The most important thing is to maintain a sustainable lifestyle that gives the liver a chance to regenerate. Conclusion. You see, taking care of your liver doesn't have to be a difficult journey. Sometimes, simply eating enough protein at breakfast, choosing smart carbs, staying active, and adding the right nutrients is already giving your liver the chance to come back to life. Your liver works tirelessly, day and night, to cleanse your body. So from today, give it the care it deserves. We can't turn back time, but we can decide how we live in the present to build a healthier future. If you found this video helpful, hit like and share it with friends or family. You might just be giving them the gift of health. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue this journey together in caring for both body and mind. See you in the next video.